Hello and welcome back to the Master League with Aston Villa back in the big time in the Premier League, and today we're facing Man United in the first game of the episode, and I've got something in my eye which is a very unprofessional way to start, but here we go, into the game we go. It's at Villa Park, we welcome Manchester United, and it's going to be quite a big game. Man United haven't made too many changes to their squad in this Master League as the players are there in the huddle looking, they know it's a huge game. This is the team that manager coach left foot supports, but he's all about the Villans today. And line up with Gabby Agbonlahor starting on the left-hand side. The youngster getting his first start on live stream, I think. Sanchez, you can see there, starting for Man United, who play in their away kit, or their third kit, I think it is this year. That navy blue. They've also signed Jan Vertonghen, I think it is, who's playing at centre-back with Phil Jones in this game. So we'll have to see how that works out. But as the game gets underway, we'll come back to talk through the lineups in just a second. So Villa have started this game well by just keeping possession, but they give it away as soon as I mention that. And straight away, this could pounce for United as Sommer makes a save from Jesse Lingard, who starts on the right-hand side of a front three for Man United today, which features Sanchez on the left, Lukaku through the middle, and Lingard up on the right-hand side. With Aston Villa starting with Lucien Bonnet in the middle, Cabezon central midfield with Jack Grealish, Tierney at left-back who gets on the ball now, Agbonlahor in front of him, and El Ghazi starts on the right wing. As his move has been confirmed, but it's going to be going through at the beginning of the January transfer window with his release fee being met. But Aston Villa keep the ball, and this has pretty much been the tempo of the game so far. Neither team causing a breakthrough. It's pretty even in this first 10 minutes. So it's, Jan Vertonghen picks up an early yellow card in the game. Paul Pogba tries to plead innocence, but Jan Vertonghen gets a yellow card for this tackle on Timothy Weir. And it's maybe a tad unlucky, Vertonghen there, but yeah, it's a free kick to Aston Villa. Just going to look to dink this one up towards Tammy Abraham, who starts under. It's actually Weir who knocks it down, and Agbonlahor couldn't get on the end of it. And Fred gives it into Pogba, whose pass gets deflected, but Sanchez still managed to find it to Lukaku as United look to break. Lucien Bonnet has got a cover, and he does, but I think he just flattens Darmian as Man United still come forward. It falls to Lukaku, shot from range, and it just goes past the post. Very unlucky for the big Belgian, Big Rom up front. As it was here, landed to Fred's feet. He put a ball in. It was headed away by Tierney, and Lukaku took a touch and then just shot it into the advertising hoardings behind the goal. But yeah, that's the first meaningful effort on goal, not even on target, on goal in this game. Man United have stolen the ball in midfield, but Lingard's pass is poor, and Tuanzebe got back in time to cover it. And Man United have made another odd starting team here. They've put Scott McTominay into the middle of midfield as Aston Villa look to break, but Darmian gets back to cover. And Timothy Weir and Abraham haven't managed to link up as of yet up front. Timothy Weir playing in the support striker role just off Abraham, who's leading the line for Villa today. Now, there's a bit of space here for Bonnet to run into. He's got El Ghazi in front of him. He's just cut in field. Now, Paul Pogba, great challenge. No, it's not. The referee's given a foul. I think Pogba's very unlucky in that case. It definitely looked like he got the ball as Lucien Bonnet just strolled forward for the first real time in the game from right back. And again, Phil Jones falling over in the background. Standard that if you're a Man United fan. And Tierney will just look to lift this one up. It's poor. Easy for Vertonghen. And Jack Grealish will just look to start again around the back. Weir into Abraham. It's waiting for the movement. And Weir gets it back. Phil Jones with a good tackle. But it's not fully cleared. Cabezon will try and keep this alive. Jack Grealish just has a swing, but the ref doesn't give a free kick. Grealish can't knock it out, but McTominay's lost it. Grealish with a shot. De Gea with a good save. And Man United build it around the back and hold on. Weir plays a lovely 1-2 with Abraham. Weir's in behind the defence. He's 1-on-1 with De Gea. De Gea comes out. Weir waits and then sticks the ball past him. And it's 1-0 to Villa against Man United. Timothy Weir sticks in, puts the Villans in front. And it was a lovely little 1-2 in this position here. Weir to Abraham, saw the run. Darmian was woeful in defence, kept him well onside, and Weir just waited for that moment for De Gea to go down and then stuck the finish in the top corner, giving the goalkeeper no chance. Darmian there, a horrendous back line from United as Timothy Weir ran through, and really it's the second chance we've had in the game and Timothy Weir has stuck it away nicely. 1-0 to the Villans. Lingard down the right hand side looks to hold it up, puts the ball in looking for Lukaku with a header. Easy for Jan Sommer to get to. And there is a very quick break on if we can find where he does. Flicks it very dramatically round the corner to Abraham with a diving header. But Darmian gets back to recover, and now Sanchez has the ball. Good foot in from Lucien Bonnet, and he finds Abraham with the ball. Timothy Weir, has he got the pace? No, he hasn't. McTominay tracks him well, and David De Gea will just recycle the possession. Goes long looking for Lukaku, who chests it down wonderfully well. Tries to put in Sanchez. It's all come from De Gea's long kick. Finds Lingard. What a ball into Lukaku! That is a wonderful, wonderful move from United. It all came from De Gea's long kick towards Lukaku, who held it up really, really well. And yeah, he chested it down, flicked it over the top towards Sanchez. Sanchez then a ball across Lingard. Lovely flick round the corner. It just, Sommer was too slow off his line. And no one reacted to that Lingard flick. And it's immediately 1-1. About half an hour gone. Abraham sees the run of Agbonlahor. Agbonlahor just can't beat Valencia. He's too strong for the youngster. As Lingard looks to go into Fred. Up to Lukaku again. Goes back to Lingard. And this is where Man United are really starting to turn it on as they look over the top towards Valencia. Tierney will just put that as a safety. And Villa starting to feel a bit under the cosh now. Man United starting to give their authority on the game. Now, Man United really starting to turn on the style now. Darmian, he's found McTominay in loads of space. He puts in Lukaku again. There's the finish. You can't give Lukaku that much time in the box. It's a wonderful finish. And it's 2-1 United. And they've really stepped it up. Since Villa scored the opener, it just sort of woke the beast. And Grealish just doesn't know what's happening. They're getting overrun all around the park. The movement from Man United is absolutely incredible. And this is one hell of a finish. As Darmian came forward, found McTominay in acres of space. He came out, was fouled, but good advantage from the referee. And Lukaku's absolutely rifled that into the top corner. Jan Sommer, no chance. If we see it again here, McTominay, great little knock through the gap. And then one touch and bang. Sommer, yeah, no chance. It hit so quickly, so powerfully. Romelu Lukaku with an absolutely wonderful finish. And it's 2-1 Man United. Abraham through round the corner looking for Weir again. And he's now just being marked out of the game a bit by Jan Vertonghen, I think. And Tuanzebe tries to win that header, but Lukaku brings it down again. Lucien Bonnet should have enough about him to get there. He doesn't. Sanchez beats him to the ball. And Villa now, good quick passing out of the back. That's what they need to get this forward. Grealish up into Abraham. Up to Weir. Just waiting for a run. Is he fouled? He is fouled again by Pogba. There's a quick ball on to El Ghazi on the right-hand side. Into Grealish. Grealish sees the runs. Goes back to El Ghazi. Back heel. Nice little 1-2 with Lucien Bonnet. El Ghazi puts it across. Abraham to the near post. And there we go. It's 2-2. That is wonderful. De Gea has absolutely no chance from that range with Tammy Abraham. And it's 2-2. And it's a goal for Abraham and a goal for Weir. A brace for Lukaku. And El Ghazi and Lucien Bonnet here linked up very well. I think El Ghazi's going to be a big miss in this Villa team. It's a good ball, just hung up in the air, high up in the air for Abraham to get on the end to. As you can see here, he should see a dink right under the ball, yeah. Holds it up in the air, and Abraham just doesn't miss those headers. A great signing, on loan in the first season, permanently in the second season. 2-2. El Ghazi on the right-hand side for Villa. He's got a run of Jack Grealish in front of him. Pulls out a nice Cruyff turn to create some space. Ball across, looking for Abraham, Vertonghen gets it away. The signing for Man United doing very well. And Cabezon's got some space. Runs onto it. Left-footed strike. Easy for De Gea, but he couldn't catch it completely. And Abraham was lurking on the rebound. And Grealish, that's a terrible pass. And Man United hold on. A much even game now. Man United are feeling the pinch of this Villa team. And it is half-time. 2-2. As you can see, goals 22nd, 27, 32, 37. All in the space of 15 minutes. The 4 goals come in. But it's a great game at Villa Park. The fans will be entertained. And you can see Mourinho having Man United going pretty long. Not a lot of passes attempted. Quite a few of them made, though. A good percentage of them made. But yeah, it's interesting to see what happens in the second half. So into the second half we go. No substitutions for either team. Let's see what happens. So it looks like Man United have just started playing a bit more of a pressing game, which has left a lot of space like this for Tierney. Tried to find Weir, but Valencia intercepts it. Long ball forward from De Gea. Now this is how the goal came last time. Tuanzebe challenges for this one. Restos gets across. And Tierney picks it up, but it's a terrible touch. He was already worried about his next pass as Sanchez can't get past his man. El Ghazi goes forward. Pogba intercepts well. Lingard, it's again kept the frantic pace of the first half. Lukaku looks to swing it in. Jan Sommer came out and just got a touch. I didn't think Sanchez was going to get that, but Jan Sommer actually made a good save, even though he was trying to catch the ball. Lukaku, little dink through the middle. Yeah, and Sommer got lucky, and the resultant corner will be taken by Pogba. What will he do? Looks to swing this in. Agbonlahor at the near post. He's out jumped by McTominay. It's a great save from Sommer. And Man United will look to go quickly again. Weir flicks it round the corner. Abraham span his man, but Darmian's just got the pace to recover. And there's no need to go and pressure that one. Weir sees a lot of space for El Ghazi on the right-hand side. He's got the beating of Darmian, but Darmian does get back well. Lays it back to Lucien Bonnet, and Darmian gets pulled out of position. Tries to go into Grealish. Pogba got a toe to it, and Jones clears away. It's a very, very scrappy, even game. A stalemate pretty much all over the pitch at the moment. As Jack Grealish picks this up, fires it in, looking for Abraham. Oh, over the bar. It came out of nothing. De Gea really shouting at Vertonghen and Jones at the back. As the ball came for Grealish, Abraham probably should do better. Again, he had pulled onto Valencia and just got in front of the fullback. Pogba picks the ball up in midfield into Lukaku, who's got turn to turn, shoots. Sommer makes a good save again. And Lukaku is... confidence is flowing for the big Belgian up front. And Aston Villa have got to be wary. There's a ball down the line into Grealish, who does hold off Jones. Looks to just cut back and does that very well. Now, El Ghazi's got a bit of space. Sees the run of Abraham, but just couldn't get there. Lukaku's come deep to get that. And he's managed to find Sanchez. Sanchez goes back to Darmian and Man United hold on. Weir has it. He sees the run of Grealish, just couldn't put the ball through. And now this is where Man United dangerous too, and Zabi comes flying in. And that could be a yellow card for the Aston Villa captain. He's getting a talking to from the referee. But he seems to have got away with that one there. No yellow card. He came flying in here into Lukaku. And it's a pretty horrendous tackle, to be fair. As Tuanzebe gets away without a booking. Ball over the top, looking for Lukaku. Brings it down. His shot is blocked well, though. And Tierney has enough time about him just to pick the right pass. Agbonlahor, who's been pretty quiet. He's had not much involvement in the game. Grealish with a good turn. Finds El Ghazi. Goes back to Lucien Bonnet. Into... oh, Grealish. But that's a poor pass. McTominay easily picked that one off. And into the big Belgian Lukaku again. Who holds it up. Tackled well by Retsos. Retsos comes forward into Abraham. Back to him from Retsos. He sees the run of Grealish. Grealish trying to get away from Darmian, who got back well. Lays it off to El Ghazi. Ball fired across. Easy for De Gea to catch. And really not much happening in this second half of really nothing noteworthy. Lukaku looks to go over the top towards Pogba. Lucien Bonnet should cover it. Back to Sommer. Sommer with the ball forward. Oh, I thought Lukaku was going to intercept that one. El Ghazi. That's a terrible pass. But again, Man United can't really do anything. And that sums up the game, really. It's been very devoid of good passing and devoid of skill. As Lingard comes forward, he's got Fred outside him. Tries to clip it back across to Sanchez. He went for the harder option. And it's actually given Villa a chance to break here. As El Ghazi comes forward. He will just drop this one off to Abraham. Who drops it into Grealish. But it's overhit. And Agbonlahor couldn't get on the deflected pass. And then Lukaku comes forward. He's got a ball over the top to Lingard, but uses Sanchez. Left-hand side to Darmian. Sanchez is in behind. Restos dives in and got very lucky that he didn't catch Alexis Sanchez there. And his game's just starting to open up. Passes again, still going awry. And Man United again, just starting to get the better of the game. Lukaku looks over the top towards Darmian, who is going to get there in front of Lucien Bennett. Good cover from the defender, but that's a terrible pass. Sanchez hits it. And out of nothing, Man United have a 3-2 lead, and Lucien Bonnet has just made a terrible decision in this game. Sanchez celebrates, running off to the corner. It's an absolutely woeful pass from Lucien Bonnet. He did so well to get back to Darmian here. And then just awful. Sanchez with a lovely finish. But it's 3-2 as Chris Smalling comes on to replace Antonio Valencia. Oh, Villa have got it all to do. So Ghazi just keeps that in play, and he's got a lot of space to run into. He's going to try and stand one up for Abraham again. Gets in front of his man. Abraham could have had a hat-trick in this game. He really could have done great work from El Ghazi on the right-hand side. And he got into this space, stood one up towards the back post. Towards the middle of the goal. And, Abraham's got to do better. He knows it as well. He knows it. So Darmian off to replace by Lindelof as well for Man United. They're ringing the changes. But they've got a 3-2 lead, so they can afford to bring on these defensive players to try and hold on. Weir into Abraham, back to Weir. Now Agbonlahor, he's got pace. Can he create something here? He tries to accelerate past Chris Smalling, but isn't going to have the chance. Tried to drop it off for Tierney. It was a terrible pass from Agbonlahor. Again, he's been pretty quiet in this game. But we know he's got the pace to cause trouble. Lindelof's played himself into trouble here. Abraham, great tackle from Phil Jones. El Ghazi puts Abraham in, but he's offside as he was on the floor as well. We're actually going to make a change, and it's going to be Agbon Lahore off and Coutinho on. And we're actually going to do another swap as well, actually. We're going to make a double change. When that first one's now gone through, we're actually going to put Grealish out to the left-hand side. We'll put Coutinho in the hole. And we'll bring Weir off for Klassen. And we'll go from there. There's Davy Klassen back from injury. Comes on to replace Timothy Weir, who got his goal, but his influence on the game is waning a little bit. Coutinho comes back in after missing out in the last game. But he did have a hat-trick in recent times as well. So let's see if he can make the difference that Aston Villa need. As Lingard lays it off to Tierney. Smalling looks over the top. Restos should have that. I mean, it's a good little cushion header down to himself. I'm pretty sure it's not what he meant. So up it goes. Looking for Coutinho, who's too slow to come to the ball. Fred has it. Turns. Faces the Man United goal. In towards Lukaku. Trying to create space for himself. Can't get past Tuanzebe, who recovers well. Cabezon up to Klassen. Davy Klassen looks out towards El Ghazi. He's actually fired that as a good ball. Can El Ghazi get there? No, he can't. Just goes out of play. But now Villa need to block these people in. El Ghazi, referee, that's got to be a foul. Phil Jones has just taken him out. Vertonghen, though, can't get it out of his feet, and it's a cheap corner given away. Now, Lucien Bonnet, we will let you take this. Lucien Bonnet to flick this in towards the penalty spot. That's where it goes. Tuanzebe against Smalling. Smalling gets up and wins it. Cabezon has a hit, and De Gea makes a very easy catch. Smalling tries to lay in Lingard. Tuanzebe's just got about enough in with his pace to get back in there. Tierney spreads it out to Lucien Bonnet, trying to keep the danger man El Ghazi in the play. Klassen back to El Ghazi. Now Villa need to work something here. In it goes. Coutinho round the corner to Abraham. There's lots of space on the right hand side, but Klassen just gets in the way of that pass, and that will probably be the end of the game. And Villa might lose this to a very shabby goal given away. Abraham sees the run of Coutinho. He's actually in over the top. Coutinho shoots. Oh, he just couldn't get his foot behind it. That's the end of the game, and Villa rue that missed chance at the end. Rue that terrible, terrible pass from Lucien Bonnet. Oh, and it's 3-2 to United, and Villa just can't keep up with the big boys. So the second game of the episode sees Aston Villa come up against West Ham United at Villa Park. Lots of changes in the lineup today. Giuseppe Rossi starts up front in place of Tammy Abraham. Coutinho starts instead of Weir behind the front man. Green comes in to replace Agbon Lahore on the left. Klassen starts ahead of Grealish in midfield, and Munir comes back into right back with Chester coming in at centre back next to Tuanzebe. And the game gets underway, and we'll be back with any interesting highlights. So one mistake in the starting lineup was actually Klassen doesn't come in to replace Grealish. It's Sergei Samper in the middle for Villa today, alongside this man Cabezon, who finds himself on the ball now. It's a good run in the middle from Coutinho, and a bit of space has opened up for Green. Tries to dink an early ball in towards Giuseppe Rossi. Comes back to Coutinho after a good touch, and Coutinho uses some good feet to get away from the ball. Samper sees Rossi. Rossi turns, tries to finesse one into the corner, and Adrian was nowhere near it in goal, but seemed to be confident it was going wide. Coutinho had good feet here just to pull away from the defender. Samper then into Rossi. Rossi turned, tried to finesse one on his left foot, but went past the post. Arnautovic on the head. Good ball through to Lanzini. It's covered well by Kieran Tierney, who has been a bit monumental in the Villa defence since signing. He's been a good little purchase. Now Munir comes forward on loan from PSG. Up to Rossi. Back to Coutinho. Munir's carried his run forward. It's good. Samper's made a great run into the middle. Can he get on the end of it? Oh! Sergei Samper. Not known for his attacking prowess, but he came forward. It was a lovely ball in from Munir. Samper, you can see him there running into the box from deep. And it was a good ball in from Munir. Samper beat the defender in the air, but it just goes past the post. Is it going to be one of those days for Aston Villa? Tuanzebe bringing this ball out of defence, striding forward the big centre-back. Lays it off to Giuseppe Rossi. Giuseppe Rossi, Coutinho sees the run of Tuanzebe. Back to Rossi. Rossi shoots. Oh, and Adrian stuck out a leg and managed to keep it out. He wasn't expecting that shot. Tuanzebe with a lovely run forward here from centre-back. Into Rossi, out to Coutinho. Good ball to Tuanzebe. Back to Rossi. The snap shot, and Adrian literally had no idea what was happening there. El Ghazi to take this set piece. Can he get it in again? Aiming for a big man, but he's found the smallest. Rossi, who actually got up well from the header. Tuanzebe to Coutinho. Back to Green. Green with a cross in. but he couldn't beat as the man closest to him. And Tuanzebe has to win this. Flicks it back very well to Kieran Tierney. And Villa just about hold on again. And Sampa has some space. Sees Vitinho, but the pass is poor. And gives West Ham a chance to break. Mark Noble in midfield. Alongside Jack Wilshere. But this goes up to Arnautovic, who turns. Comes away with the ball. Tierney into Lanzini. West Ham keeping possession for the first time in the game. Out to Philippe Anderson. Put under pressure from El Ghazi. Back to Masuaka. Into Wilshere. Good football. Nice pass from Wilshere. Into Lanzini. It's all very congested in the middle. They tried to go over the top. Tuanzebe just got a touch to that to took it away from Antonio Valencia. And that's the first real chance West Ham have created. And they've got a corner out of it. Marko Arnautovic to swing this in. Munir tries to get away from it. Zabaleta picks this up and just dallies on the ball. And Green comes forward. And he's now got not much support. He's got to slow this down and wait for options. And slowing it down meant Zabaleta could get back. But there was no runners there with Villa at all. As Chester dives in, that would be a yellow card for the former Villa captain. And yeah, you can't really argue with that one. So Vitinho up to Rossi, who's had a good start to this game. Finds Munir again, attacking from fullback. Round the corner to Rossi, just took a bit of a heavy touch. And Diop managed to get in. Arnautovic lays it off to Noble. He's got a run of Antonio Valencia, which was covered by two Villa players, and then Zabaleta looks for it anyway. Tierney should head that back. Tuanzebe heads it back once more. And yeah, it's 20 minutes gone, and well, we've had a good shot from Giuseppe Rossi. Interesting attack from West Ham. Not really too much to talk about, as Munir just holds up this ball. Now there's a bit of space for El Ghazi on the right hand side. He'll drop this back into Munir. Cabezon is in a bit of space. Up to Green. It's a poor pass, and again Villa struggling to connect passes together, similar to points in the Man United game, as Tierney gets a good foot in. Lanzini back to Arnautovic, tries to go around the corner, and luckily for Villa, West Ham are passing just about as well as Villa are. Rossi gets it, tries to flick it on now. There's a free kick, and I don't know which one it's for. Jack Wilshere, the captain for West Ham, picks up a yellow as well. Let's see where this free kick is. It is the one on the wing for El Ghazi, who just played this inside. Wilshere was very late. 2 yellow cards in this game, and neither of them can be argued. Now, Tierney. We haven't got too much height up front, but he tries to dink it in. Again, it's gone towards Rossi, which is what we don't want. But Rossi does put Diop off. Now, Vitinho's got space. Tried to go around the corner rather than taking a shot, and that proved to be the wrong decision. Sampa has it. Vitinho up to Rossi. Rossi lays it off to El Ghazi. Looks to go back into Vitinho, but Wilshere intercepts. And there's not much going forward for West Ham. Philippe Anderson now the most advanced. Back to Arnautovic, who is just held up by Munir, but still finds a ball through. Wilshere looks to pick it up. Tierney will get there, or Munir, sorry, got there, and stop that attack in its tracks. Big, long kick out quickly. Up it goes. Now Green shows a good bit of pace to get away from Antonio. Lays this into Rossi. Round the corner to Vitinho. We'll have that free kick. It's in a very, very dangerous position. And we'll have to see what we can do here. As Diop looks to get a talking to from the referee. And Rossi came forward with it. Lovely flick. Back heel. That's what did Diop. He wasn't expecting the back heel. And now this, they've given it to El Ghazi. I'm going to overcall that and give it to Vitinho. Vitinho, can he just stick this one in? It gets up and over it. Just over the bar. Maybe didn't need that little bit of extra power. Vitinho unlucky. Inches away from a goal. Sergio Sampa with a good run forward again into Rossi. Rossi holds this up, tried to just lay it off to Vitinho, but couldn't sort his feet out quick enough. And the little young Italian, he's done very well up front. He's just starting, I think, to tire as we get to the end of the first half, as Lanzini does good strength to hold off the challenge from Tuanzebe. It goes out to Masuaku. Up to Philippe Anderson. Philippe Anderson back to Masuaku. And Rossi gets a good block on the ball. West Ham with a potentially dangerous throw into Lanzini. Turns, looking for Arnautovic. Got his head to the ball, but it's a well-defended header. And it goes for a corner. Tuanzebe, I think. Yeah, Tuanzebe just getting a block on it as Arnautovic connected with the header well. And West Ham get another chance from a set piece. Arnautovic to swing this one in again. Cabezon looks to get it away. Does with a good header. Rossi... Has he fouled Zabaleta? I don't know. Don't think so. Masuaku picks it up anyhow. Goes down the line. That's blocked. Now Munir looks to launch Rossi away. And Rossi comes forward. Can he accelerate away from Masuaku? It doesn't look like it. So Just cut back. Vitinho in a bit of space. Sees the run of El Ghazi, but there's nobody in the box for him. So he's just going to hold this up. And it goes back to Munir. Waiting for an option. Not much on. Looks for Cabezon. Into Samper. Samper flicks it through. Rossi turns, shoots. Oh, Adrian makes a save. And Giuseppe Rossi still looking for his first goal for Villa. He has been lively today. Whether he's got enough fitness to get through the whole game, we'll have to see. But it was a good turn and shot here. I've got to try and remember to turn onto his right foot, and it might go a little bit better. But a corner ball. El Ghazi will have it now. There's Tuanzebe at the near post. And he goes in there, but it's actually gone over him to Vitinho. Tuanzebe picks it up, flicks it back. Green with a shot. Oh, Adrian makes a good save. And Giuseppe Rossi just couldn't turn quickly enough to get on the rebound. It goes forward. And that's a great header from Chester. As Rossi looks in field. And Vitinho just misjudged where that pass was going to go. And West Ham hold on. Antonio looks forward into Lanzini. Brings it down well to Noble. Noble through to Arnautovic. And that is just gone past the post. Very unlucky for West Ham. They came forward, really created that well. It was a good ball here. Lanzini did very well to hold this up and flick it round the corner. And then a good pass in from Noble to Arnautovic. And just couldn't wrap his foot around it enough. So 1 minute of added time as Samper lays it into Rossi. Rossi goes back to Vitinho, who's tackled by Lanzini. That will probably be the half-time whistle, I imagine. Unless the ref's just going to give them one more attack. He doesn't. As Antonio picked up the ball there in midfield. No, weren't really going anywhere. And it's 0-0 at the break. A pretty even game. West Ham yet to have a shot on target. Villa not really creating anything of note, though. Adrian having been forced into one good save from Giuseppe Rossi. But it's 0-0 at the break as Yarmolenko comes on to replace Lanzini, which is interesting. I thought Lanzini had a good game in that first half for West Ham. He was controlling the play in the middle of the park. Here is the substitute Yarmolenko. Gets an early shot off after coming on. Maybe he's come on with that briefing of have some shots, son, let's test the goalkeeper. And he's done that early doors. It'll just make Jan Sommer wary of that fact as Cabezon has it into Samper. And Villa patiently building this up from the back now. Vitinho's got into a little bit of space here. He's just waiting for a run. Just again, that little just second bit of touch whilst he controls the ball is just struggling to get it. I mean, we've got a very young team out today, but Rossi, now there's runners here. Vitinho, oh, Cabezon just got in the way of that pass and slowed it down so Rossi couldn't get on the end of it. Tuanzebe with a good win though. Cabezon is tackled and it's turning into a very scrappy game again. And I think it's going to take a moment of either magic or madness to make this game a bit more open and get a goal. Here is Yarmolenko, tries to turn Chester, comes out to Noble with a hit from range. That's the sort of magic I was talking about. It's a good save from Jan Sommer. Noble really fancied that for a hit as Chester put in a good tackle on Yarmolenko right here. And it fell to Noble, set up very nicely for him. And it's a good, strong right wrist from Jan Sommer. And Arnautovic will look to swing in this corner again. Arnautovic puts it in. Tuanzebe tries to get under it. Antonio wins the header, but it goes over the bar. And West Ham has started this second half the brighter of the two teams. Tierney's got a good overlapping run for Green and he uses him. And now he should have the pace to completely outpace Zabaleta. He does get just the right. Referee, that's got to be a foul. Referee, how is that not a foul? He's completely taken Tierney out after he's put that cross in. As Adrian just goes long with the kick. Can Chester beat Arnautovic? No, Arnautovic heads it down well. But El Ghazi will pounce on that. Rossi into Vitinho. Vitinho, that's got to be a foul. Thank you, ref. Book him. Book him. Have some discipline in this game. There we go. Mark Noble picks up a yellow card. Is that not his second of the game? Someone else definitely got a card for West Ham in this game. And Vitinho, good bit of footwork to get away, but that was disgusting. Tierney will take this one short. It goes to Cabezon. It goes wide to Munir. Now, Vitinho's just up the line. Vitinho into Rossi. Can't do much. He's fouled on the edge of the box. Now, what do we do here? Just going to quickly check fitness. We're going to do Cabezon for Klassen. We'll bring on Davy Klassen in central midfield. Just a bit more experience to bring into this young team that we've got. Is Klassen a set piece taker? No. We'll give this one to El Ghazi. A little bit closer. Just got to go really up and down over this. El Ghazi hits it. Oh, it's the underside of the bar. El Ghazi lays it in looking for Rossi. Oh, El Ghazi so unlucky. Sergei Samper can't win that header. Yarmolenko brings it away. And West Ham just about hanging on. Klassen straight in gives away a foul with a sliding challenge. Thought he got the ball. Is it going to be an immediate yellow card? for Davy Klassen? No, it's just a talking to from the referee. Ah, El Ghazi. So unlucky hitting the bar. Rossi for Coutinho. Klassen comes forward. Lots of space for Green on the left-hand side, who now looks to come forward. He's got a bit of pace for him, Green. There's nobody really in the middle for him. So just holds this up. Tries to tease them into a foul. Tierney went for the low ball in. It was very easily cleared. Rossi tried to pounce on that. But it's Aston Villa are just starting to dominate this game, but they need to show something for all this possession and domination. Yarmolenko lays it into Noble to Arnautovic, who turns, has a shot from range. Sommer with a good save again. And that's what I mean. If Villa don't take their chances, they're going to get punished. So Yarmolenko is this time going to take it. He's taking off the duty from Arnautovic. It comes out to Zabaleta, who has a hit. And that's easy for Sommer. And now Rossi's up there on his own. But he holds it up very well, the young Italian. Lays it off to Green with a good little pass. Now Green with a bit of space to run into. Lays it off to Rossi. Rossi looks into Coutinho. Coutinho is just about keeps that alive somehow. Munir to Samper. And then Villa have had to recycle this. It's good pressure from West Ham. Tierney up the line to Green. Into Klassen. Back to Tierney. Zabaleta is looking tired. And Villa look to try and take advantage. In towards Rossi, who's nicked it off the defender. He squares it. Coutinho with a toe poke. And it's 1-0 finally for Aston Villa. And that is what they've pretty much deserved in this second half. I know West Ham have come close a couple of times, but this tenacity. Zabaleta is exhausted at left back. And Rossi nicked it off the defender here. Squared it for an easy finish for Coutinho. Ah, lovely, lovely stuff. That's what we needed. There's Rossi. It's a very sweaty goal, but the youngster, Giuseppe Rossi, great composure to square it. And Coutinho sticks it in a pretty much empty net. And Villa are 1-0 up. Antonio looks to try and get in behind. Great touch to keep that in play. Squares it to Yarmolenko in the box. Has a shot. Sommer with a good save. And now we need to try and take advantage of Zabaleta being absolutely shattered. Because we saw it before. He couldn't keep up with the run of Green. And he's come out to meet him again. And that could be foolish. But this time he covers well. However, there's a foul in the middle of the park. And now West Ham are totting up the yellow cards. And we'll just check fitness of the players. Everyone doing okay at the moment? That's very late from Yarmolenko. Yellow card. He's probably lucky to just get a yellow card for that. Tuanzebe over the free kick into Klassen. Back to Tuanzebe. And again, really trying to take advantage of this left-hand side. As we saw, Zabaleta was so tired. Back to Green. Into Tierney. Tierney sees... Oh, he's meant to put that into Coutinho, but it was a terrible pass in from Tierney. As Yarmolenko comes forward into Wilshere around the corner. Hernandez has come on to replace Arnautovic. Will that change the differences? Coutinho into Rossi. Off to Green. Just slowing it down a bit now. Klassen. Up it goes to Rossi. Into Coutinho. Coutinho just couldn't get that touch on it. And it gives West Ham a chance to break again as Klassen dives in. Antonio keeps it alive. Yarmolenko up to Chicharito. Hernandez turns. A good ball out to Mikel Antonio on the right-hand side. Good Cruyff turn. Back to Yarmolenko. Zabaleta is pushed up. Into Yarmolenko again. Back to Zabaleta. Zabaleta all the way back to Antonio. Into Yarmolenko. To Zat. They've worked this very well, West Ham. Good ball in. Munir gets the header. It only falls to Hernandez, who rifles it into the top corner. And it's 1-1, and that's a fantastic move from West Ham. Oh, they worked it so well. Zabaleta here. The ball in. Munir, he got ahead to it, but just couldn't do anything else with it than that header. Ah, and it's gutting for Villa because they deserve better. They deserve more than a draw. As Zabaleta comes off to Lena, I think we all saw that coming. Zabaleta was absolutely shattered. And Villa have to go again. Rossi round the corner for Coutinho. There's a good run outside him. El Ghazi looks into Rossi, who's offside. And I think the youngster has run his race. And Abraham will come on to replace him. Just to give another different dimension up front. Abraham unlucky to be dropped. He was feeling the tiredness after that game against Man United though. Samper with a good tackle. Klassen up to Abraham. Abraham sees the run of El Ghazi. Flicks it in. Back to Abraham. Into Klassen. To Coutinho. Just is too close and tight in there as Samper did well not to dive into that tackle. Klassen gets this back again. Now he's going to run at the defence for a bit. Klassen, lots of space for him to run into. It's still Davy Klassen. He's still going into the box. It's a great block on the shot. But Klassen gets it back. He's onside. And he gets his first goal for the club. Davy Klassen sticks it in, jumps with joy and celebrates in front of the fans. And that's been tough to get that goal. But Klassen was given acres of space to run into it. Not the quickest, not the best of dribbling. Great block from the defender, but El Ghazi laid it back into him. And from that range, Adrian has no chance. 2-1 Villa. And now Klassen has come alive. He's robbed the ball straight from the off. Abraham comes forward. Referee. Thank you. That had to be a foul. Abraham taken out. Klassen has come on and started to really dominate this central midfield position. As who have we got? We've got Sergio Samper looking knackered. So, I don't know. We've got the win. I'd rather back up the defence, I think. Tierney will come off and be replaced by Atade, just to give us a fresh bit of impotence in the back. As it's a long way out. But does El Ghazi fancy this one? Vitinho's going to step over it again. Vitinho looks to get this up and down over the wall. He does that. Adrian with a good strong hand, and it goes for a corner. Vitinho testing the goalkeeper from range. Lovely stuff. As he got it up and down, and Adrian covered that very well. It's a good save. It's a very good save. Now El Ghazi looks to drill this one in quite hard and flat. And he does. He meets two and Zabi at a near post, and Adrian makes an easy catch. Could have been a bit more difficult if there was a bit more height on that header. And he's gone to out an interesting unsportsmanlike 1-2 is what I'd call that. A throw to a header back to the goalkeeper. But Masuaku plays it forward. Chester comes out and slides in on Philippe Anderson and wins the ball unfairly. I was going to say fairly, but the ref waited and then blew. Chester, is he getting a booking? He better not do for that. Nah, it's just a talking to, that one. As Philippe Anderson did get there first. I thought Chester had given away a foul, and it turns out that he had. Vitinho looks for the run of El Ghazi. Masuaku cuts it out very well. Anderson up against Munir. Munir's tracked him well, but Anderson's just about kept that in place. Sergio Sampo's had a great game in midfield. Not with passing like that, he hasn't. Klassen has to get back and try and get this ball back. Looks over the top, and Atade will just see that out. That should see us through, I think, to the game. I don't think there's that long left. No, 93rd minute. So we'll just put this, a big kick up from Sommer. That should be the end of the game. Abraham can't win that flick on. Samper tries to get back now. Ref, blow the whistle. That is time up. There was 3 minutes of injury time, I think, maybe 4. So it goes into Hernandez. Tries to flick it round the corner. Tuanzebe just puts his foot through it. And that is the final whistle. Villa get the win. An 87th minute goal from Klassen. Vitinho had a goal in there as well. And Hernandez got the, the consolation is what it turned out for. And it was a lovely performance from Aston Villa to get a 2-1 win. Made it a little bit hard at times. But yeah, we pretty much deserved it, actually. It was a much more even game than I thought, to be honest. But Vitinho picking up man of the match in there. Giuseppe Rossi as well, having a good game. Results around the grounds then. Tottenham Hotspur beating Palace 3-1. Man City losing to Chelsea 1-0. Man United beating Bristol City 2-0. Arsenal beating Stoke 1-0. Villa beating West Ham 2-1 as we know. Watford, Southampton was a 4-1 win for Watford. A 2-2 draw between Newcastle and Leicester. Huddersfield getting a home win against Brighton. Wolves and Bournemouth playing a 0-0 draw. And Liverpool and Everton in the Merseyside in the Merseyside derby, drawing 1-1 as that takes us up to 9th position. So where the chairman wants us. 4 points behind Liverpool, 4 points behind Chelsea and 4 points behind Arsenal. Yes, good. I know a few of you want me to up it to Superstar, but not just yet because we would get smashed and then I'd get sacked. And I want to get this a little bit of longevity. I want to get Villa into Europe anyway. That's the plan. As Isobi's increased, which is good. Cabezon has now mastered skill training Sombrero. We'll be bringing that out in a game. And Grealish has now mastered the scissor feint. So people learning skills all over the place. And next up we've got Bournemouth. We'll have a look at the schedule so we see what game we'll be back for. Hopefully that's a loan offer for Bertoli because he's in the youth team as far as I remember. My team. So Chester. I'm tempted, you know. I'm tempted and we go out and buy a new defender. How old is he? He's 30. What's his salary? 641 is such a cheap salary though. It does expire next year. Let's see if we can negotiate with him and see if we can get it a little bit higher. Pick player to trade. See, he's 24. He's taller. He's younger. And he's the same rating. But they don't want to get rid of him, which is the killer. 5.3. We'll go for that and then we'll see if we can negotiate them up again next time. So let's go and have a look at the schedule. We'll see when we'll be back for the next game. There's an international break there. Let's go. We'll be back for the Aston Villa Liverpool game, the game that opened the season as well. And a bit of the transfer window. It'll probably be, I'll tell you what, we'll do Huddersfield, opening of the transfer window, Liverpool, and then we'll do the transfer window offline, and we'll come back for Stoke and oh, look at that run. Wow, Man City, Chelsea, Villa. That's an incredible run of form. But there we go. We'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure again. Loving this series. Hope you are as well. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think we should do in this game. Is there any place you think we should increase in the team over the January transfer window? Gio Moreno, I've just noticed as well. Second in the goal rankings. He's having a great season for Wolves. But thank you very much for watching. And I'll chat to you all very soon. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.